Rushank, let me know when you can see the screen.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, great. So, I'll talk about very briefly what has inspired me to be part of this great credit card game that I've been doing since last now 13 years. So I think the movie seen this movie, but this movie doesn't talk about credit cards, but it talks about the purpose of life and traveling, which is the purpose of life of Walter Mitty. And he does travel a lot around the world. And I think that inspired me that how I can leverage my spends and my expenses during the course of the years that had passed to make more points and air miles and then go ahead and do some travel. So that was the original inspiration, and I've been doing this since 2012, 2013, when I kickstarted my journey, and it's been a long journey, and I have enjoyed it a lot. Today, what we are going to do is we are going to talk about our own personal experiences and how we built, both me and Rushan, a portfolio of credit cards and leveraged the spendings that we do on a day in day out basis, be it discretionary or regular expenses, and how do we rack up credit card points and we build a portfolio of airline and hotel loyalty points, which has helped us save money on our travel and also do travel which normally we would not be able to afford. So those are some of the things that you will definitely get out of this. So moving to the next slide. So let me formally welcome you all to the Credit Cards Beginners Masterclass with Raw and Real Finance. Now we are going to help you elevate your lifestyle, spend smarter, and live better. And in this journey, I think this is the first step. We did collect some of the information from you in terms to understand your spending behavior, your spending pattern. And this presentation and this pack is completely customized based on the responses that we have got. And we have done a choiceful set of cards which can actually help you get a lot out of your spending patterns. Now, starting with about us, so basically who we are. So together with Rushank and myself, we started this journey called Raw and Real Finance exactly around 1 year back. We started last Diwali, which was first week of November, and we started with a YouTube channel around credit cards and personal finance. And it's been a year, and over the year, we have been able to get a loyal following of almost 6,500 people on YouTube, 1,000 plus people on Twitter, and then we have a 1,300 or 1,400 plus people on WhatsApp community. And it's a very vibrant community where people bring in their experiences, people talk about queries, and understand from each other how they can actually maximize their own earnings from their credit cards. So let me talk about myself first. My name is Abhishek Bakshi. I am the alumni of IIM Shillong class of 2008 and an alum of NIT Jalandhar class of 2004. And I currently work as a strategy and finance professional. I'm an accredited investor, an ex-entrepreneur, and I'm deeply interested in behavioral finance. And that is what also draws me to credit cards. Now, I have done a number of trips, so many that I have forgotten some of them, but I'm still trying to do two dream travels, which is one doing a round the world trip, if not with family, maybe solo, and also on my journey towards doing a four corners trip. 1.5 corners are already done. Looking forward to do another two corners of the world. Just wanted to share some glimpses of the images of my travel. They have been across the world, and most of the time these are in luxury five-star hotels and business class or first class seats across airlines across the world. And I also take, and you can see my kid also in one of the pictures. So I am a father of two girls, and I travel with them as well. So they have been also part of my journey, and they also enjoy their father's expensive hobby. But over to you, Rushan, to tell the audience about yourself.
Yeah. Thanks, Abhishek. Welcome, guys, to this fantastic session. What we are doing. My name is Rushank. I'm a chartered accountant by profession. I've done CFA as well. I keep doing stuff. Currently, I'm doing entrepreneurship, but in past, I've looked into fundraise. I've looked into strategy and finance also. And as Abhishek said, I'm also an investor, but I like real estate investments. My dream travel location, what I've been targeting for many years, is visiting Antarctica. I had touched Brazil, but I couldn't go to Argentina and then travel to Antarctica, which is still on my list. And second, going to Machu Picchu. Again, it's a South American country, place Peru, where you will find Machu Picchu. But the most and interesting part about this session, guys, is why we are connected today. Because we all want to elevate our lifestyle, as Abhishek started at the start of this presentation. And my journey also started similarly. As you can see, I have traveled to few wonderful places in the world, and I've been posing in front of some of the wonders of the world, like Christ the Redeemer in Brazil. I'm holding the balance to Leaning Tower Pizza in Italy. I've been in front of the Statue of Liberty. So I've been generous and lucky to travel around the places, and it all started from my first trip. In last 12 years, I've traveled to more than 20 countries and done more than 40 international trips. My first trip was to Brazil, and it was because of my work. Before that, I did not know what is credit card. Before that, I didn't know what does a luxury travel means. I was a 22-year-old guy who was really excited to do first international trip. And when I went to Brazil, I was super excited. I did not know what is economy class, what is business class. I traveled via economy to Brazil. I was super excited. But things changed for me after that trip. I had another flight from Brazil to Colombia, and that was a business class trip. And that was a 6 hour journey, and it changed everything for me. First time ever I have seen what luxury in my life. You can imagine a 22-year-old guy who has never traveled internationally and traveling first time in a business class to a country which he has never visited. So that was a journey which opened up a new avenue for me, that travel is my passion. And in that journey, I realized I need to have a lounge card. I realized I can explore luxury in way of business class, which I've never done. When I flew back to India, first thing I did, I applied my first credit card. That was a Citibank Indian Oil credit card. I had one credit card earlier from my earlier organization, but that was nothing great. With Citibank, I started my journey. And just to share a fun fact with you guys, on my last international trip, I and my wife traveled to Europe, and we spent only 35% of entire trip cost from our pocket. The remaining 65% was sponsored by credit card rewards. And this was smartly done by spending money across right credit card, saving for a couple of years, ensuring we are using right program where we can transfer our points and maximize our trip cost. And this is where the what we started, me and Abhishek, as a journey for YouTube channel. So Abhishek, can you take the next slide?
Yeah, yeah. So while I go to the next slide, Rushank, just sharing one point here. So guys, just to tell you how much powerful credit card points are, I have not flown on a revenue ticket since 2016, and that too was to a location where only SpiceJet flies, and I wasn't very sure whether I'll have enough points to fly on SpiceJet. So that was the only ticket that I had taken since 2016.
Yeah.
So that's the power of credit cards.
Yes. So, guys, today is Sunday and 11 a.m. You guys have joined. I believe you all want to learn something, and this is the entire session all about that. We want to focus what you can gain out of this session, and that's where the focus will be. How do we travel in a style by mastering the art of spending? Everybody has a passion. When I started my professional career, I had a passion to travel across the countries. With that, I always wanted to travel via business class, and I always wanted to explore the luxury of hotels. And then I realized with the right credit cards, the power is in your hand. And if you channelize your credit card across right spends, you can earn maximum rewards. And this entire session is dedicated towards focusing on that. And you remember Abhishek had shared a questionnaire with you, like 3, 4 basic questions were there. What exactly your spending pattern and all. And this entire presentation, what we have done, looking at the data, what we got, basis your responses, we have stitched this entire presentation, and we will focus on the right and specific use cases for those spends. And when you do collect right kind of reward rates, you can plan international trip. And we will share a couple of trips also, which you can do with the right kind of credit cards. So what we have learned from you guys when you responded to us, the first thing what we saw, the annual spending pattern, around 78% people have said they spend up to 10 lakhs. So up to 5 lakhs, people spend 26%, 5 to 10 lakhs bracket spend 52%. That is 78% people spend a year via credit card. So we will look into it, how you can maximize the 10 lakh scenario or 7 lakh scenario, and you can plan the trip. Second, and the most important thing, what we had asked, what kind of credit cards you own. The interesting thing, what we realized, the mid premium is a flavor. 31% of the respondent own mid premium cards, and around 19% own premium or HNI cards. So with 50% responding having a right credit card, it does helps to plan your trip in a right way. Obviously, I'm not saying basic LTF and cashback cards are bad. They are good. They helps in saving. But if you want to elevate your travel in a better way, you need mid premium and premium cards. And the entire discussion today will be focused on how you can use entry level also, mid premium also, and HNI cards to elevate your travel journey. The third thing what we had asked, what exactly you're looking, and the good part is we got the answer that 43% respondent are interested how they can enhance their travel. Basically everybody wants to have a better journey when they're traveling, maybe a business class, having a luxurious suite to enjoy in a particular hotel, or just as small as having a right kind of lounge card, because that is also needed when you're traveling with guests, with your parents, or with your kids. So that becomes an important. Second answer what we got from you guys when we were asked was cashback and saving. Exactly, the entire session will focus how you can maximize even cashbacks and saving with the right kind of credit cards. And finally, what is the biggest takeaway from this webinar? What we will focus on is how you can become a pro. Yes, it took us many years. Abhishek has been doing this for last 12, 15 years. I've been doing from last 12, 15 years. So we have put all our effort in this, all our knowledge in this to bring a particular kind of a masterclass, which you take by end of this day and you can start implementing from day one. So now we will look at a case study, guys. So simple, basis the answers what you had given. We have taken two scenarios. One is a 7 lakhs case where you're spending on annually on credit card, and another is 10 lakhs. This helps because 70, as I said, 78% respondents spend up to 10 lakhs. And what we have done, we have taken a ballpark benchmark kind of a percentage spend across the four categories which are generally spent by people. Well, first is the groceries, which we have contributed 20%. It can be roughly like someone, for them it can be 10 to 12,000 per month, which can up to range from 15,000 per month on groceries, depending upon how they are doing. Second, travel takes a big chunk of spends for anyone. These days you travel to your native place, you travel to meet your parents, you travel for just having a relaxing vacation. So travel does take a big chunk, and it can include fuel cost also. If you are using a car or a bike, that also comes a cost. Then comes your personal purchases, which can be in form of gadgets, what you would like, new mobile phone, laptop, or any other purchases, what you do, like you having haircut or spa, all are that categorized under personal purchases like shopping and all. And utilities are basically the electricity bill, mobile bill, whatever you pay, a water bill, and it's which can range from 5,000 to 6,000 per month to up to 10,000. So this is a basic scenario what we have taken for a household spend. 7 lakh is a base case, 10 lakh is a higher case. And now we will look at how you can maximize your reward. Just to tell you guys, with 7 lakh to 10 lakh, you can make minimum 10% minimum, I'm saying. And with the right kind of credit cards, you can do 15 to 20% also, which basically means you can fund free vacation for two people in India easily, that too in luxurious style. And if you put some more effort, you can actually sponsor a very good vacation outside India, maybe some Southeast Asian country with this. And if you want to plan Europe or any other part of the world, then you have to accumulate for 2 years saving where you can do it. So in this session, we will look at how you can maximize these spends, what kind of a mix you should have in credit cards so that you get right optimization of your spends, and what kind of returns you should expect for these credit cards. Yep.
Okay. So guys, since we saw that the most of the respondents were actually already holding either mid-premium cards or HNI cards, and a lot of focus was on travel. So I thought that why don't we start with that only? We will definitely talk about entry tier cards as well, but that will come a little later. This should be the prime motive of why do we want to use credit cards as a financial tool. So what we have done here is we have carefully selected a set of credit cards which at this point of time you can apply and you can get these cards based on your income criteria, and you can earn points based on the different kind of use cases that are relevant to you. Now obviously not all use cases would be applicable to you. Like somebody might be staying with parents or siblings, they might not have utilities. Somebody might have more travel expense. Somebody might already have children and they have some other expenses as well. So based on your own specific use cases, you can actually select some of these cards which can give you better mileage on points, and you can easily rack up the points. So when we talk about these cards, we have selected few cards which are more travel focused, like Scapia, HSBC Travel One, HDFC Marriott card, and the IDFC Moria card. Now, all these cards do have a lot of travel bias, and whether you are spending in internationally, or whether you are spending on flights and hotels, or whether you are spending in, let's say, a chain like Marriott, which has a lot of luxury hotels not only in India but abroad as well, then you can definitely rack up points there. Now, we have not exactly covered how many points that you can make, but what we have very carefully done is we have given you the kind of ROI that you can make. So when we say ROI is basically, let's say if you're spending 100 rupees, how much points can you actually accumulate based on the kind of spends that you are doing. So let's say if I'm talking about HSBC Travel One, now they have a travel portal where you can go and book your hotels and flights, and there you can actually make up to 48% points. Similarly, if I talk about HDFC Marriott Convoy card, then you can use the card for your travel in the Marriott ecosystem, and then you can get 8%. But wait, there is also one more thing. So when you take these cards, you also get some certain things called joining bonuses, and the HDFC Marriott card becomes a no-brainer, because for a 3,000 rupee fee, you can actually get a one night free stay in a Marriott hotel.
Yeah.
So some of these nights can actually cost up to 20,000 during peak seasons. And if you plan smartly, and let's say you are married or you have a partner, you can actually take two cards in the family and then get 2 nights free for almost one third the cost. So these are some of the creative hacks that usually come in the ecosystem of credit cards, and that's where we really focus on. Then if I talk about Scapia, now this is a very new card which has just, I think, launched this year or maybe late last year. But one very interesting use case for this, which I also use, is the airport lounge or the shopping benefit. Now you might say that, Abhishek, you have so many credit cards and so many premium cards. Then why do you really need let's say a mid premium card to get you an airport lounge access? The smart thing here is that I don't ever use the lounge access from Scapia, but they have an optionality that I can do airport shopping or I can do airport peels in case I don't want to go to a lounge. So normally when I'm traveling for work or I'm traveling for personal leisure domestically, what I would normally do is I will use this Scapia card to buy toys for my kids from the Hamley store at, let's say, the Delhi airport or the Bangalore airport, or likewise. And I do save, and I have to spend like 10,000 rupees a month on this card. And after that, any number of flights that I take, domestic flights, I can use it once and in every airport. So basically, if I'm taking 2 flights a month, then I'm getting 20,000 back. But if I'm taking 8 flights a month, let's say I'm traveling every week, so in that case, I can get almost 80% return on a very, it's a lifetime free card on a very basic card, but it's a mid premium segment card. And that's how you actually make those kind of returns. Similarly, if I talk about the IDFC Mayura, so IDFC is a small bank and they did not have a very charged up portfolio of credit cards. But this year they brought in this card where you get accelerated rewards almost up to 20% based on your hotel or flight bookings. And these are also through your captive portal that they have. Also, if you accumulate your point, but you don't want to redeem them for travel, you can also use them to buying vouchers. But obviously, the voucher value would be at a slightly lower number of points. But I think it's still substantial value if you plan intelligently
Yeah.
around how you want to spend and where do you want to spend. Now, coming out of the travel category, I also want to highlight on the HDFC cards of Dinosaur Black Metal as well as Regalia Gold. Now, these are two cards which also help you get points on excluded categories like education, insurances, jewelry. Now, there are many people who have large insurance bills, or who are getting married and they want to purchase jewelry, or they are, let's say, funding or sponsoring some of their education, and they would want to get points on the spending that they do. Now, these cards actually give you points for those as well. And you can actually make up to 10% points on all of these expenses, which are like mandatory expenses. So the reason we are talking about these cards is that you will have to use smart strategies around these different cards and decide, okay, this is a card which suits most of my expenses. And then you can take that card and use that card to the maximum to rack up most number of points.
Yep.
So So the key takeaway here is that if you take the right 2 to 3 cards in this segment as well and do some smart planning, then not only can you save a lot of money on your personal travel, but you can also save a lot of money or get a lot of points on your mandatory expenses, which you are anyways going to incur, and maybe you are paying via UPI or via debit card.
Yep. Yeah. So thanks, Abhishek, on that part. So guys, just want to touch base upon a couple of things. We are saying you can apply any card, whatever you like. These are all cards which are currently available for new application. We have not considered any card which has top application currently, which are like Amex Portfolio or even Access Atlas. If you have that cards, those cards are really good. But for all the people who have joined and looking to up their game, these are the cards they can apply. Some cards are focused on forex, like as Abhishek mentioned, Scapia is a zero forex markup card. Even IDFC Mayura is a zero forex markup card. So if someone is planning to travel for work purpose outside India and they would be staying for 2 3 months, these cards become really good because you can rack up the points as well as you incur less charges on forex. Similarly, if you have someone who travels frequently to their native place or frequently travel to business places via flights and stay in hotels and they incur from their own pocket, then the cards like HSBC Travel One becomes really handy because it can gives you ROI of up to 48%. So you'll have to see what kind of spends you have at first place. You have to do the segmentation where you're spending time. And third thing, what kind of a card can be fit to your requirement. This is the one what we have given basis the answers what we got on the survey we are sharing with that. So one of the great cards what I like is a Marriott Bonvoy card. It's a no-brainer card, guys. You have to just pay 3,000 rupees fees plus taxes, and you can score 15,000 rupees luxury stay night in Marriott hotel. To give you some example, Westin Powai Lake in Mumbai, you can score that free night. The revenue rate for that is around 10 to 12,000. But with this 1 year card as a free night, what you get as a joining benefit in 3,500, you can score a free night in Westin Powai Rishikesh. And if you and your spouse both apply this card, you can have 2 night staycation. So these are some hacks and tricks you have to follow to enhance your lifestyle in a simpler way. So this was a key. I'll just take a key takeaway from mid premium, and then we move to the entry part because a lot of people hold entry level, and those are actually very good cards. And you need to know how to do maximization of rewards on those cards as well. Abhishek, can you move to next slide?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are 3 cards what we believe at current stage are really good to rack up your reward rate and jack up all those cashbacks. So in SBI cashback is really famous. Most of the people would be knowing about them, not owning, but at least would be knowing. You get flat 5% ROI on this card, and this card is best having a best use case for utility payments, grocery payments, or purchases in Tata ecosystem. And when we say
Rushank, I think
utility,
Rushank, sorry to interrupt. I think the names have been swapped between Tata New Infinity and this SBI Cashback.
okay,
Yeah. So,
okay,
so
photo is
the
that okay.
Tata, yeah, the Tata ecosystem
Okay.
would be in the Tata New
Okay,
Infinity.
sorry. Yeah. So guys, so if you look at a Tata New Infinity card, which is a HDFC card co-branded by Tata, this card is fantastic if you want to pay your utility bills, your insurance bills. This card gives 5% reward rate, which is fantastic if you look at it. For paying insurance, for paying your light bill, electricity bill, you're getting 5%. It's a no-brainer card if you have using this card. And it is on RuPay network also. So if you're looking for some smaller UPI payments, this card can be used effectively. And also when you use this card on Tata New app, you can get additional 5% on Tata New benefit also. So if you're someone who uses Big Basket regularly, you can get 10%, 5% via Tata New and 5% using this card. Similarly, on for Zomato, there is a flat 10% off on this card. So these are again cashback cards. You will get you will get points and which can be used for redemption in future on Tata New platform. This can be used very effectively if you have this card. This is an entry level card, but can be used in effective way. Similar, the new entrant in this space is SBI PhonePe card. This card I personally hold and I really like this card. The best and the most important USP of this card is it gives 10% reward points on your insurance payments and bill payments, whereas Tata Neo Infinity gives 5%, here SBI gives 10%. The only drawback of this card is the limit is only 20,000 per month. So if you're alone, staying alone, and you have 20,000 rupees monthly limit on utility spending, this card can be used effectively. You will get 2,000 reward points. 2000 reward points. Now this you can take as a credit in the statement, or you can buy voucher depending upon what you like. But both the options are available, and I really like that card. So if you're looking that okay, I don't want to go for mid premium cards because the fees is high for some reason, you can start with entry level cards. You can go with Tata New Infinity or SBI Phone Pay. And the third card is SBI Cashback. It's a very famous card, and it can become more famous if you use rightly. So this card gives you 5% cashback on tax payments. So many people, obviously most of them are salaried guys, so you get TDS reduction directly from the employer, but you still have other income, you have capital gains, and you may end up paying some taxes by the end of the you do ITR filing. So this card can be used effectively to pay the tax payment, whatever liability you have against your return, and you can earn 5% cashback. Apart from that, this card is effective for online purchases. So if you're planning to buy something online like Amazon, Myntra, Flipkart, you will get 5% cash back, flat cashback by using this card. So these are all great cards as an entry level. I believe you guys would be holding ICICI Bank cards as an entry level, what you have got as a salary relationship, or IndusInd or Axis. So those cards are great. You are getting as a relationship, you keep it. We are not saying you discontinue using those cards, but it's a LTF card. You can keep it in the drawer, and when there is a use case, you can do it. But when you adopt such strategy with the right kind of a cashback card, you can actually amplify your returns. At the start of our presentation, we said 10% is easily. You use this card, you can make 10%. It's no brainer. With 10%, you can actually score a very good domestic trip in India itself.
Yeah.
So entry level does have that power, and you have to use in the right way, in right credit card way.
So let me add a personal story here. So while I hold a lot of premium credit cards, including the ones which will come on the subsequent page, I also hold a Tata New Infinity card. Now this is a lifetime free card for me, and I have been buying from Big Basket. I think almost for now 11 years. So ever since they started up. So and this is a habit for me buying on Big Basket. So when Big Basket was acquired by the Tata Group and it came onto the Tata New platform, it became a no-brainer. So because every time I would buy gift cards for Big Basket from Amazon or from someplace else, I'll get some cash discount on them. I will also get credit card points, and I will load those Big Basket vouchers into Big Basket and then use the Tata New app to buy. I will also get some extra discount that I get beyond the 5% that I get when I buy from a Tata New platform. So it is like double or triple stacking that I do, and I eventually save 20 to 30% on grocery bill. And mind you,
Yeah.
with kids and parents living with me, my grocery bills are much more higher than what Rushank showed on the previous slide. So the idea here is, if you are very mindful and careful, once you start this habit, you will realize that this becomes completely intuitive for you, and then you will start using that. The other part is when UPI started for credit cards, I did not have any card which had UPI. I only had Amex, Diners, and Visa and Mastercard. So when UPI came in, this was the first card which allowed me to pay to small vendors. So now if I'm paying the newspaper guy, or if I'm paying, let's say, some chai wala or somebody, I can easily use the UPI app and maybe a phone pay app or a Google Pay app. I can enlist the Tata New card and I can use that. So it also allowed me to get points on those, even though they are slightly limited, but I'm not losing the value which I'm paying via UPI. And it ensures that I don't have to go into my bank account, which also reduce the amount of risk that I'm carrying on my bank account when I'm using it on UPI, and I'm disabling it from frauds that might actually happen.
Yeah. And the great part about
So
entry level cards, actually, it is like if you use effectively, you can actually make very good return. As Abhishek highlighted with Big Basket example, Big Basket is one example. You can club any other card. What you need to think is start asking yourself, if I am I making more than 5% or not on my spends. The moment you start asking that question, things will change, because ICICI reward rate is really bad. They don't have great, and most I have seen, at least with my friends, they already all have ICICI bank accounts. They have ICICI relationship, and they have their entry level cards. I'm telling you, I have seen people with 3 lakh reward points and redeeming those points for getting Tupperware or like dabbas.
yeah. So I remember when I started my journey initially. So one of my first bosses in my current company, he said that my father has been doing the spends on regalia. I think it was not regalia gold then, it was regalia. And they had 75 lakh points over the years because they were also doing P card purchases or
Okay.
business vendor payments. So they had 75 lakh points. And he said that whenever my mother needs some new Tupperware, she will just go to the HDFC portal and buy those Tupperware.
Yeah.
I said, why are you buying Tupperware when you can actually have exotic holidays with the same number of points? And these are the mind-boggling number of points back
Yeah.
then. So it's also that you have to understand that the real value of the money that comes in either mid-premium or higher tier cards, and very few select number of cards which are at, let's say, entry tier, like the ones that we have highlighted. Also, I would like to highlight this point that the fear of paying fee for a credit card. I think that is something that we should definitely let go of. I was also a fanatic for lifetime free cards very early in my career, and I was collecting lifetime free cards at that point of time. One of my colleagues said that, bro, the real game actually happens in the paid cards. And this guy used to work in the UK, and there he had minted a lot of points with which he funded his travel. Then I realized that if I am paying fee for a credit card, let's say even an Amex card, or let's say a premium card in Axis or HDFC, I am getting far more value, let's say 10 times or 20 times the value if I'm using that card
Yeah.
effectively. So a personal story is I got Diners Club Black card in 2015 or 2016. I started with the basic card, Diners Privilege, but I upgraded very fast. And I was there in Diners Club Black 10x reward game at the peak of it when they did not have any upper cap, and they gave flat 33% on Amazon shopping. And that was the time I was getting married, and almost all of my household shopping for my marriage happened via Amazon, and this was also applicable on gold purchases. So I used to buy gold coins, I used to get 33% off. And I have racked millions of points on that. And obviously, after that, HDFC realized that they were losing a lot of money, and they toned it down. But the point of the matter here is that if you really put some mind into all this, you will realize that you are leaving a lot of value on the table. And that is what we want to drive the conversation towards. Okay, so talking about the premium and the HNI cards, since we saw that some people, almost 20% of the people already had mid-premium, premium and HNI cards, and some people had mid-premium cards. I thought, why not we touch the best cards in the game? Right now, not everybody would have these cards at this point of time, but yes, these are definitely aspirational. We have not covered the Amex flat charge because that doesn't give great value, but these are the top tier cards where you can get great value as well, and a lot of softer perks which might not be available for mid premium or, let's say, entry tier cards. Now, I actually own all four of these. So and I'm paying fee for two of them. So two of them are lifetime free for me. But the thing is, if you look at the different kind of use cases, you can get rewards even on things like rent payment. Like if you are paying rent to your landlord, and you want to pay via credit card. Earlier, there were a lot of cards which were allowing it. Now there are only two, three cards which are left, which are still allowing points on HSB on rent payment. And HSBC payment is one of them. It allows you to pay rent up to 1 lakh rupees and get points. Similarly, Magnus Burgundy gives you points up to 50,000. So 50,000 rent. So these are some of the cards which will give you much more value for even more mandatory expenses. And the most fantastic thing about, let's say, Magnus Burgundy, which is one of the top most tier cards today in India, is that the moment you cross 1.5 lakh spending in maybe a month or so, you are going to get almost 3x the number of points that you get. And that can rack up to 28% if you migrate these points into a hotel program like Accor. So the thing is that if you are able to smartly plan your expenses, so I can give you my example. I pay education fee for my kids, and what I normally do is I would pay this fee either upfront for the full year, or I will pay in bunches of 6 months. So I pay in April, I do an accelerated month over April, then I will do pay in October like this month because we also have Diwali. So I will club all those expenses, prepay some expenses, delay some expenses, and then I will maximize the return on my card. Similarly, if you have cards like Infinia, which has platforms or like or card like Axis Emerald Platinum Metal, they have their own loyalty platforms which are called Smart Buy and iShop. There you can buy vouchers for a lot of your expenses. So let's say you want to go and buy something from Pantaloons or Marks and Spencers or H&M, you can just go and buy those vouchers from these stores. You will get accelerated reward up to 17-18% on those spends, and then use those vouchers while you are in the shop or online. You can also buy Myntra vouchers, you can buy Amazon Pay vouchers, and you can use those to pay your bills, etc. So these are all very smart ways. And let's say if I talk about insurances, insurance can be a really big chunk for a lot of people who are spending. And if you are using credit card, normally nowadays you are not getting points on insurances, or there is a capping. But if you are using, let's say, vouchers, Amazon Pay, etc., and you can use those to accumulate those over a few months, then you get on every voucher, you will get up to 17% or 18% return. Now, once you have accumulated a reasonable amount over the year, you can pay your ULIP payment or any other insurance payment or the car insurance payment or health insurance payment. And then you are effectively getting 17-18% return on an insurance. And that is something phenomenal that you will not get either in Europe or in the UK, where these cards are actually giving you very abysmal kind of returns. Similarly, as Rushank talked about taxes, so HSBC Premier also allows you getting points on taxes. You get 3% return, flat return, but you can transfer to Accor and you can make it 6%. So, and there are a lot of excluded categories. Let's say if you want to do property registration, if you want to pay to some toll, or you want to pay to some government agency, all those are also factored into HSBC Premier.
Yeah.
Now, some of these cards you can get purely basis your relationship value, but since many of you are already salaried employees and are alums of prestigious institutes, you might also have employer relationships with these respective banks, and these cards are offered on your basis of your salary itself. So let's say if you have a 3 lakh plus salary, you can get HSBC Premier, EPM, or Burgundy. Or if you have like a 5 lakh plus salary, you can get HDFC Infinia as well. So you will have to leverage, not every time you will have to pay for all these things, but if you leverage it smartly, you can actually get much more value than you can even imagine.
Yeah. So, guys,
Okay.
one more important thing on all the things what he has said. The cards, what we are talking about, we have personally used those cards. We are not just saying for the sake of saying. And second thing, we have done the review of all these cards, and you can find the detailed review on our YouTube channel. So, if you want to understand specific about Access Magnus Burgundy, you can see the video. If you want to see Infinia, we have the video. All the cards, what we have discussed today, each and every card has been discussed on our YouTube channel. We have more than 150 videos on our channel. You can go and check it out if you need specific information. And as Abhishek highlighted, you have to be very smart, as insurance is one of the trickiest piece, which all the cards exclude, but there is a workaround with Amazon Pay. So these are some hacks what we are sharing with you. You please take all this when you are planning your spends for next 6 to 12 months kind of a scenario where you want to plan a trip. Now we will move
And
into a sorry.
Rushank, sorry to cut you in. So before we move on, so I just wanted to highlight, since I saw a lot of people who are like very recent batches pass out, I will share a personal story here. Now, when I was getting married, obviously HDFC Infinia and DCB were giving a lot of points, but with let's say the cards like Magnus Burgundy, I one of my cousins actually sponsored his entire honeymoon using this card, along with the spending that he had to do for his wedding, including venue, including, let's say, jewelry, etc. Everything that he had to do, he spent it over, let's say, 7-8 months, and he accumulated so many points that he was able to do a trip to, I think, Bali. He did. So that is how people can actually fund their exotic holidays. And I can share that I had done two recent big holidays. One was in New Zealand and one was in Iceland. Now, these are two very expensive and very exotic destinations. And I was traveling with kids, so it becomes even more expensive. But with Magnus Burgundy, I was able to score business class flights to New Zealand, which would have costed me 20 lakh rupees only on the flights. So that kind of value I got, and I think I paid 35,000 rupees in taxes. So you can imagine the kind of value that you can get out of these cars.
Yeah. So now we have looked into all the cards. Now the question remains how you can become a pro. because each card has certain exclusion, and which is where we come into the picture. We try to create a scenario where you get maximum return for those spends which are even excluded. And these are some use cases what we have done personally. Me and Abhishek have been doing for last 25 years put together, and we have tried to maximize each and every card and each and every reward what we can get. As simple as these are some few cases what we have explained. The first one is the jewelry purchase. As you know, most cards now have decided not to give points on jewelry purchases, but there's a workaround, and this is a very smart way which I and Abhishek have been doing. We have been racking up gold coins in last 4 months, and you have seen how gold has moved in last 4 months. From what level it has given just 30% return in absolute terms. So you can purchase. So for example, Access Magnus Burgundy, the best credit card in India, doesn't give points on jewelry, and this card is mainly targeted towards high spenders. But the best way is you can buy the gift cards. You purchase the gift cards of jewelers, Kalyan, Joy Lucas, Malabar, whatever jewelers you like. If you don't have specific jewelers gift card, you can buy gold coins on Amazon or Mintra or Flipkart from that website. So you'll have to see. You buy the gift cards of those portal. You on that you will get points, and you redeem those vouchers for purchases of gold coin, and then you go to the jeweler, nearby jeweler, redeem those gold coins against the jewelry what you have. With 5 lakhs worth of jewelry you purchase basically via gift card or the trick what we explained on the e-commerce website, you can get up to 28% return. Access Magnus gives accelerated edge reward points when you cross 1.5 lakhs, and that you it can multiply into 28% return when you transfer to account. That is a value of 1,40,000. And what you can get with that 1,40,000? 4 nights holiday or honeymoon in 5-star hotel like Peppers Bali or Sofitel Mauritius with this cost. Just imagine you buy jewelry for your wife for the wedding, and you give a
Free
free
holiday.
honeymoon in Bali or Mauritius. This is a way you have to approach. Don't stick to 0%, 2%, 5%. Think big when you have a large spends. Now, the second use case, which is my favorite, and you can see Nirmala Sitaraman smiling, but we will also smile after knowing this trick. You can score points on tax payments. Yes, almost all cards are not applicable for tax payments, but there are few cards which gives benefit. One is SBI cashback card, which gives 5% cashback, as explained earlier. HSBC Premier definitely gives 6% as a value when you use 1 lakh rupees, up to 1 lakh rupees per month. Apart from these two cards, there is one Biz Black card which we have not discussed because that is mainly centric towards self-employed guys. But if someone has a brother or a father who is a self-employed, they can take Biz Black card and you can get points on the tax payment. Apart from these three cards, there's one more card which we have not touched in tax payment is Amex Platinum Travel Card. This card gives you milestone benefit, not points, but milestone benefits on payment of 4 lakh rupees per annum as a tax. However, we have not touched because Amex is currently not accepting the any new application. Once it will come, we will let you know. They are starting, and you can apply that card. But again, with this saving, just imagine you are paying 5 lakh rupee tax as a family, not individual, as a family. You can get 30,000 rupees worth of rewards, which is good 2 days staycation in any Taj property in India. Just imagine you are paying Nirmala, she is happy. You're getting to stay night vacation, you are also happy. So you have to
She's
place
paying you
that way
back.
smartly, guys. Insurance
She's paying you
already
back.
Abhishek has touched upon how you can maximize via Amazon Pay. And there are few large ticket items what you can do. Car purchases. Many people now you guys have started your journey in professional career. Maybe in a couple of years you will take a car. When you're buying a car, you think how can you possibly make best returns? And the Magnus card, which gives points on car purchases also. If you plan your car purchases very smartly, you can actually get up to 28% reward points on car purchase. Imagine you're buying a car for 10 lakh rupees, for which you are taking like you are giving 6 lakh as a down payment and 4 lakhs as a loan. On the entire 6 lakhs, you can get 28% return, guys. And that is enough to buy a smaller car, man. Just imagine. So this is the way you have to think. So whenever there is a large ticket expense, you have to think what card can give you maximum returns. Don't restrict yourself to basic cards which gives 1%, 2% return. You have to think smartly. You all are employed. You are working somewhere. You have a KPIs. Marketing may have their KPI, sales may have KPI, finance may have their own KPIs. So you have to have that KPI concept in your life when you're spending money. This can be what kind of maximum rewards I will get using which cards, what I'll do redemption basis that. Some people are comfortable redeeming in form of cashbacks. If that is the approach, you follow that. But some people like, oh no, I want to redeem my points for Marriott stay. Then you learn Marriott. But some people know I am okay staying in non-chain hotels. I am okay with 4-star, 3-star hotels, but I want to have a luxury business class. Then you learn that. So you can have your own metrics, which you can form basis the requirement. But the first step, understand what kind of cards you can get. Now, in today's session, what we have explained, these are some of the cards which are very relevant in today's use scenario, which you can take and start using from day one. How and you plan for next 6 to 12 months what kind of spends you will have. If you are saying that okay, I have a high spends on rent, then there are two cards: Access Magnus Burgundy, HSBC Travel. Sorry, HSBC Premier, not Travel, Premier. These are two cards gives you points on rent. Then you can take those cards and you can get points on the rent payment also. So you'll have to learn what are your expenses, and basis that you frame your metrics and decide which card you want. Obviously, I and Abhishek are there. We will help you guide on this journey, and we will tell you what need to do for specific cards also. So this is a way you become a pro, guys. When you start understanding the nuances of credit card, start using right credit card for spends which are excluded, and you plan your travel.
Now, guys, so we did talk about a very basic structure here around how you can optimize your maybe some of your existing credit cards, or maybe you want to start your credit card journey. Now, some of you are already member of the WhatsApp group, and we'll share the WhatsApp group QR code as well after this session with everyone. But let's say if you really have already accumulated a lot of points over the last few years, or you are in the process of it, or as I said, you might be getting married or planning some big expenses, but you really want to go a level up. Now, what to do? So while this was like a crash course that you were administered at this point of time, where you get a peek into what can be done, but we are also going to have in the coming weeks a pro masterclass where you will learn the finer nuances around some of these credit cards and how you can actually maximize and optimize and really become a professional. Now, this is also the sum total of the journey that I and Rushank have had over the last cumulatively 25 plus years. And normally, even if you do it yourself, it will take you a lot of time to understand and go about multiple loyalty programs, multiple airline and hotel loyalty programs, and credit cards. And this is a very dynamic space. So definitely, it requires some amount of time that you would have to put. But via this professional masterclass, you can actually speeden up or fasten the pace of your learning, as well as that while you are learning, you are hitting the ground running and you are going to save most amount of money or gather most number of points on your everyday expenses as your discretionary expenses. So we are planning to have a session on this all around 6 to 8 hours. It would be spread between 2 days, hopefully, so that we can have some thinking time around that as well for the participants. And we plan to do this tentatively at the end of October. So in case you are interested, you can definitely reach out to us. We have already shared the QR code, and we would also post it on the dedicated WhatsApp group. So as a giveaway, what we are going to have, especially for this group, is that we are going to create a WhatsApp group, and you are free to join that. This will only be restricted to the people who had accepted the invite and who are IIM alums. And this is also part of me giving it back to the alma mater. But we will also be sharing some premium content, which we normally charge for, or we put it restricted for our premium subscribers only. Yeah. For you guys to understand and realize the power of credit cards and loyalty programs. These are not fake currencies in life, and I have really done things which I would have never even thought that I would, simply because I was able to maximize my quantitative skills into the power of credit cards. Yeah. Also, in case you do not have time to DIY or DIY this entire process, but you have accumulated a lot of points, or you are looking at accumulating points in the near future for big expenses, you can also consider our bespoke consultation. This bespoke consultations are typically very much customized, and we do like a pre and a post call to understand what is the requirement of the client and how do we add value to them and how can they get the maximum value out of the programs where they are already invested in. So these are one-to-one guidance sessions, and we continue to build a relationship with them, so that in case they believe that in the future also they can get some help from us, we are always there. And we have a lot of people who have successfully redeemed not only few thousand, I think few lakh rupees of savings, even on a very short notice. So I remember there was one gentleman who was able to save 1.3 lakh rupees on his travel savings, and he actually got couple of level of upgrades by simple hacks which were not very common knowledge. So I think all those things come under the bespoke consultation, and you are free to feel free to reach out to us and talk about those in case you would want to talk about that in discussion.
Yeah. So that's it, guys, from the presentation. We open the floor for Q&A. Before we open the floor for Q&A, some disclaimer. So as we have discussed a few things in our presentation, these are a list. Obviously, this is not exhaustive presentation about all the features of the cards. These are like what can be done basis the results what we got on the survey we had done. Okay, and these are like basic start beginning. You can do it with your journey, and obviously we have our own channel where you can watch more than 150 videos. You can learn about everything. Okay, so again, and one important thing, credit cards are unsecured instruments which carry high rate of interest. We never advise anybody to spend more than what they can do. You have to use wisely, and in no way we want you to spend more for the purpose of travel. You have to spend smartly and wisely, guys.
Yeah. And also the fact that we do a weekly live. So we
Yeah.
have our weekly lives usually on Fridays or Saturdays. And we post about that on our multiple channels. And feel free to, in case you want to join and ask any specific questions, please feel free to join there as well. A lot of valuable content among the wider community.
So, guys, one thing is that like you need to have the passion. If you are having credit cards or you want to learn about credit cards, you will have to put your effort. It's like the amount of time you have spent studying for MBA or I have done for CA. You will have to put actually effort to understand. Once you understand this, I'm telling you, this is one of the really good things where you can enhance your lifestyle. And as Abhishek said, you would have not thought of doing those things if you had to pay from your pocket. But with credit card points, you can definitely do it. I'll tell you, there are certain experiences like watching a F1 race or watching a
Yeah.
tennis match. Those all can be sponsored through your points. Okay, so these are some of the, again, these are tip of the iceberg
Or
what we have
going to
said,
a concert, or going to a concert.
or going to a concert or having your
Yeah.
five-star dinners.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I couldn't attend last yesterday's five-star dinner, which was complimentary to me because I had to travel to my in-laws' place. Otherwise, there was a five-star five-set menu was organized in Western Powell Lake for me, which I had to skip. So those are things we get as a perks with using right kind of credit cards.
Yeah.
So it's a
And
journey. You start
I
that.
skipped my breakfast for this session because I was in Pullman, Delhi, in Aero City, and because we had this 11 o'clock session, I thought that with the brunch and everything, I would actually miss out the session. So I came and sacrificed that. So
Yeah.
this was for free. I was not paying a penny for that.
So, guys, whatever questions you have, you can, if you want to put in the chat, you can put in the chat, and we can answer those questions to you.
Or if you want to come off mute and maybe just share your
Yeah.
query.
So, let me ask you a question, guys. I think everybody understood everything. So, you tell me what you will do one thing today after learning whatever we explained. At least you share that experience. If you don't have any questions, maybe you share what you learned from this session and you will start implementing from day one.
Hey, Rushank, right?
Yeah.
This is Jai Krishna. Thank you for the session. It was really helpful. So I learned a lot today. I spend a lot. I travel a lot and I spend a lot. Uh, And also another thing, when I spend on Amazon or all these e-commerce websites, right? I get discounts on credit cards, right? So
Yeah.
I think you suggested us, or the whole bunch of people here, to go for a voucher and then spend using the voucher, right? Because that would also give you cashbacks or rewards in
Correct.
other ways.
Yes.
Now, when I use these vouchers, I don't think I'll be getting the cashback in the payment checkout page, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Jaya Krishna, just to
Yeah.
understand more in detail, what kind of credit cards you have? Maybe
I
we can.
have, yeah, I have Regalia Gold and I got a Sapphire because that's free for IMLMs, right? LTF.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a
So,
one card. These are the
yeah,
three
good.
ones. Yeah.
So Regalia Gold does give you option to buy Amazon voucher on Smart Buy platform. Yeah, I hope you are aware about Smart Buy
Correct,
platform.
correct. Yeah, I use Smart Buy a lot and
Yeah,
I redeem all the points here.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for Amazon, definitely sometimes you get good offers on ICICI, but when there are no offers, then what option you have? That's where the Smart Buy voucher comes into picture. Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
So you
Okay.
can take Amazon as a use case. Instead of Amazon Pay, you can use Amazon Shopping also if you're buying products. Amazon Pay is mainly used. Uh, uh, Amazon Pay is mainly used for making payments on utility bills like electricity bills or insurance or the mobile bills and all. But if you're buying some products, maybe alternate ways to look at Amazon Shopping voucher also, just to share with you. Okay.
Hmm.
Another thing is you can use Flipkart vouchers, you can buy Zepto vouchers, you can buy Big Basket vouchers, everything from SmartBuy platform. Obviously, you'll have to keep in mind the limit, monthly limit, what is there for Regalia, and
Yeah.
based on that you can spend. And those points benefit you will get in form of reward points, which you can redeem for your flights and hotels on the platform.
Correct. Yeah.
Now, in case of Regalia, I'll tell you one interesting thing, Jaya Krishna. I'm not too sure whether you're aware, but transferring to Accor has a very good value when you transfer points from Regalia. Accor chain is like across the world. One of the largest chain in the world. You know, Marriott. There's another Accor. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
so you can transfer your reward points from Regalia directly to Accor platform. Now, for
Okay.
every 2 point, you will get one Accor point. For 2 points of Regalia, you will get one Accor point. The
Okay.
interesting part of Accor is one Accor point has a value of 2 rupees.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
basically for one Regalia point, you're getting 1 rupee as a value, technically.
Yeah.
However,
Correct.
you redeem on Smart Buy platform, you get only 50 paisa.
Okay.
So your return doubles when you transfer your points to Accor. Now you will have to think whenever you're traveling, okay, flights I can book via Smart Buy, but for hotel, can I think of Accor? So what you will have to do at first place, go to Accor website, see
Mm-hmm.
what kind of hotels are there in a place where you're traveling, what is the pricing and everything. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you may think I'm traveling solo, then I don't want to spend too much, or in the fancy restaurant, fancy hotels. Then
Mm-hmm.
Accor you can give a miss. But if you're traveling with your partner and you want to have some luxury element, then in that case, transferring to Accor becomes much more effective to get better return. You're getting what I'm saying, Jai Krishna.
Yeah. 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 That is very helpful. Yeah. Thank you.
Let me also add a little element here. So, Jai Krishna, when we are saying that you can use vouchers, it's always an optionality. Now, I also hold a lot of credit cards which remain in the drawer, and sometimes, yeah, as you said, right, there are e-commerce offers. So right now there is an SBI offer on Amazon. So it doesn't mean that I will not use that. So I am in no way saying that you don't use the credit card directly. You will always have to make a judgment call. Let's say if you're getting a better return on SBI card rather than the Amazon voucher, go ahead and do that. If you are getting better return via the voucher, do that. So what we are just saying is that these are some of the pathways which are there, and you can leverage whichever suits you. So today I saw a sale on gold. And I think I've not even shared this in the community. I've seen a sale on gold on Tata Click via Tata New. So you get 5% on Tata New points, as well as you get 15% return on IDFC credit card. Now, my mother holds an IDFC credit card and we hardly ever use it, right? But that's a useless card for me. But today it is very valuable because it is giving 15% discount on gold up to a certain limit. So I think these are things which you will see in every portal and every website. And you will always have to take a judgment call and decide, okay, here I can maximize my points, here I can get maximum discount, and therefore that's the card or that's the instrument that you should use.
Understood. Understood. Thank you. Also, just a follow up. This is for my other card. I have a ICICI Sapphire also, and I'm going to be very honest and blunt. I find it very useless. I don't get anything from it. Uh,
Mhm.
so uh, so should I just discontinue it? I don't know what to do with it because yeah,
So I know this was given lifetime free for a lot of alums,
correct.
uh, and they have been doing it very aggressively. Back in the day, I think 2017, 18, they had a similar thing for HDFC Diners Club Black as well.
Okay.
And that's when a lot of my office juniors also got Diners Club Black free lifetime. But I would not say that you discontinue for it for completely. ICICI cards have a lot of tie-ups with say e-commerce sales. So you
Yeah,
will see that most of the time you will have ICICI cards. It will not give you any points, the great points, but you will get 10% discount sometimes on things which you would want to buy. So I also I don't even have a Sapphire. I have a very basic platinum card, ICICI platinum card,
Hmm.
which was given to me lifetime free, and I've only used it 5 times in the last 10 years. But those 5 times were the times when there were no other cards which are offering discounts, and because I had that card, I was able to leverage it. So you keep it. Maybe since you are also an alum, so eventually ICICI Bank will also realize that your incomes are increasing and your relationship is increasing. They might offer you, let's say, an Emerald Private Metal, which is a very valuable card as of today. So this is also about building a relationship with the bank, because that will not only help you, let's say, in big ticket purchases like a house or a car, but also for better credit cards which can give you better returns, because banks normally don't make too much money unless you default or you delay payments and you pay interest. As long as you are paying on time in full, you are actually making money from the bank rather than the other way around. So you keep the card for now.
Understood. Understood. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, we'll take Akash's question.
yeah.
Akash, you can go ahead and unmute.
Yes. Hi, Abhishek and Rushank. Thank you for this session, first of all. Uh, we as a family will spend around 15 to 20 lakhs a year, but our spends are very split across like three, four cards. Like we spend majorly on fuel. So for fuel,
Mhm.
around 10 to 12,000 a month. So BPCL Octane
Yeah,
gives
yeah.
7.25%. That we will use it for the fuel. Apart from that, we have three Amex cards. So two Platinum Travel and one MRCC that we'll hit the 4 lakh milestone on platinum travel and the
MRCC, you're
20,000
chasing
and
the milestone here.
Yeah.
sorry,
On MRCC, you're chasing monthly milestone of 20,000.
yes, monthly milestone of 20 and the four individual 1,500 rupee
Yeah.
transaction. So is it worth surrendering all these cards and taking going for a burgundy or something, or so last year, in 1 year, we have accumulated around 1.2 lakh points in these two Amex
Amex
together, and
cards.
we
Amex
had
cards.
a good like 4 5 day vacation at a nice Marriott property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, so just wanted to take your advice on this.
Rushang, you
So
want to start?
yeah. So Akash, again, you'll have to see where you're spending money. So if you're spending
Uh,
15, 20 lakhs, as we had shown in our example, the
mm,
bucketing. So you'll have to
mhm.
define what are the buckets where you're spending. If you're
Okay.
using your 4 lakh limits, to be honest, Amex Platinum Travel is one of the fantastic cards. I use it, Abhishek uses, my spouse uses it. We first,
Mhm,
whatever we do, we use 4 lakh limit upfront for all kind of a transaction at the start of the year. We get
mhm,
that 40,000 milestone benefits, 10,000 rupees
mhm.
charge voucher, and on 4 lakh you get spend points also. So it's a
Yes.
fantastic card, but you'll have to see where you're spending where you're spending basically in the category wise. If your
Mhm,
money you are spending on utilities, this is a very good card to have. So you don't need to change anything. Or you're
mhm,
spending on groceries, then you will start thinking whether any other card is giving me better benefit or not. Okay,
mhm,
we will have to define. So on again, I'm just saying we will have to define before you change your course. On fuel, there are certain cards which allows you to buy Hindustan Pay vouchers. Okay, so
okay.
if you are
HPCL.
someone
HPCL.
who has a HP petrol nearby to you, your house, and using
Mhm,
HP, there is an option you can buy Hindustan Petroleum vouchers from many platforms like Amazon or Gifter or any other. So someone holding
okay.
Axis Atlas, for example, which we have
Uh-huh.
not talked about it, and the card is discontinued for new application. This card gives you 8% reward rate if you transfer to a car. Okay. So
Okay.
someone simply can they what they do, they can buy Hindustan Pay vouchers load into HP Pay app, and while at the payment at the Hindustan Petroleum Pump, they can pay from that HP Pay app as a credit.
Okay.
So you get points. Now, what you're doing is fantastic, Akash. Okay, but once your expenses start increasing, because what option you have next? 4 lakh you're spending on platinum travel into two, that is 8 lakh. MRCC 20 into 12 is 2 lakh 40,000. So basically 10 lakhs. Now for remaining 5-6 lakhs, you don't have any other option but to rely on
Yes.
whatever cards you have. Correct?
Yes.
Where
Yes.
you'll have to think differently, that okay, first you start at the step what I'm spending, where I'm spending. If I put at 20 lakhs annually, what are my buckets? How much I'm spending on grocery, how much I'm spending on utilities, how much I'm spending on insurance, fuel, etc. Once you stack it that up, Akash, then you see which card fits, and then you will get the answer. Okay, for my 8 to 10 lakh spends are pending. Maybe the some chunk is towards travel, which I'm not like maybe flight bookings, hotel bookings. Then you can follow the cards what I've suggested in the presentation, whether it is
Yes.
IDFC Mayura or HSBC Travel One. HSBC Travel One can be a very good card for you, Akash, to add, because if I understand you're looking for next 5 to 6 lakh spends, and if those are
Yes.
related spends, you can think of it. However, you think, okay, I can use only one card for that 20-25 lakhs spends, then Magnus Burgundy can become a very effective card for you. If you are able to do that, well and good. But if you think, no, I can chase other premium cards like ICICI Emerald, I can maintain that kind of relationship, I can go there. So
Okay.
my only suggestion to you is you start like top down. First, see what kind of spends you have, break it down into categories, and then see can I get a card for my balance payment? If yes, then you don't need to have one card. But you think, okay, one card can be like a all-rounder card, and you can use other 5 cards only when the use case is there, then you can follow that approach also.
Got it. Got it, Rushank. So, like Jay Krishna said, I also have that ICICI's Emerald card. So,
Sapphire.
wherever Amex is not being
Mhm.
accepted, I
Accepted.
use that card for the balance, like 4-5 lakhs of
Then
spend.
you have to use a voucher route. If you have Emerald
Huh.
Private Metal card, Akash, okay, you know iShop as a portal where you go, you get up to 18% reward rate. So, for
Okay.
example, if you're
Not
planning to,
Emerald, I'm sorry. It's Sapphire.
okay,
Sapphire.
Sapphire.
Yes.
Okay, Sapphire card is a good card for a lot of BOGO offers you get on Book My
Yes.
Show. I personally use that card for BOGO offers. Earlier, this card had SPA, which unfortunately got discontinued.
Yeah.
Also, ICICI card is good for upfront discounts, which you can get on e-commerce. Only
Yes.
what I'll tell you, Akash, once you get an LTF card, no, don't give it up. Arey,
Okay.
I hold 40 cards. Abhishek holds 40 cards. We are holding all the LTF cards. Why? You don't know which card can be used ever. Okay, so never give up those cards which are free cards, because today they are coming free. Who knows? Tomorrow ICICI may think and say, okay, it is real Sapphire. I want to make it like a Emerald. I will make Sapphire as similar to Emerald and jack up the reward rate. Suddenly, the value of this card will become like a premium card, and then everybody will start chasing it. And they may introduce some fees also. But if you're having a LTF, then you will never be charged for that card.
Yes. 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 Got it. Got it.
And in
One
terms of your
another.
yes, what you're doing is
Yeah.
right. Marriott is one of the best options for Amex. I and Abhishek personally use it for mainly Marriott.
I'm a
Sometimes you can
married
go to
millionaire.
airline. Huh?
I'm a married millionaire.
I am a Marriott millionaire. Correct. So this is the way we also do it. We never say no to any card. We also follow philosophy, as Abhishek highlighted. We will not restrict ourselves to only one card. We will see the use case, whether entry level also fits, mid premium also fits, or if nothing fits, then we go for a premium one. So it is not that one card will fit all the requirement. Yes, you can choose to have that kind of a philosophy if you think that you don't want to spend too much time on knowing other cards and their reward rates. But what we have seen in our experiences, having depth of knowledge of all the card helps. Now I'll just tell you simple thing, Akash. In last 4 months, you have seen how gold prices move. It was, I think,
Yes. Yes.
90,000. Now it has come to 1,20,000, which is like 25% jump in last 3-4 months. Now, because having multiple brands cards like SBI, ICICI, Emerald Private, or
HDFC.
HDFC Swiggy, for that example, we have collected amazing gold coins between me and Abhishek. I can't
No.
disclose the number, but it's in lakhs. As simple as a
Mm-hmm.
HDFC Swiggy, which is a very basic card, gives you 10% cashback on purchasing gold coin from Swiggy Instamart.
Oh, wow. Yes, yes.
So these are the very small things that you will learn only when you have the experiences. And good part, you
Mm-hmm.
are in the right direction. I'll say that Amex Platinum Travel is a fantastic card. You have moved into that. But for other spends, you will have to start thinking which can card give you best return.
Got it. Yes. I also got an a recent one offer, like one upgrade, one platinum travel to platinum reserve.
Don't go for it.
No,
It's a
don't go
clickbait
for
thing.
it. No, it's not a
They
clickbait,
also
but the
mentioned that
card is not
Accor
good
Plus
enough.
membership
That's a
and all.
clickbait part, Abhishek. The Accor membership, what we are saying. So Akash, the Amex Plat Travel is a very good and fantastic card. The
Okay.
Platinum Reserve doesn't have good reward rate. Okay, there.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I understand there are softer elements of Accor and all, but Accor doesn't give a free stay night. Okay, I
Okay.
on topic of Accor, I and Abhishek have helped 800 people to get Accor Plus membership in last 3 months. With our
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, with our understanding of program and what changes now Accor has brought in from 1st October, we have helped 100 people. You can watch 3, 4 videos what we have done on Accor on our channel and understand why
Mm-hmm.
Accor is good. And it is not that you should go and chase Accor just simply because everybody is chasing. You should have that right kind of a use case. If you're traveling
Mm-hmm.
to Europe or you're traveling planning to travel to Asia Pacific region for 9, 10 days where you're redeeming Accor points, Accor
Okay.
is a fantastic program. Do watch all videos what we have posted. You will understand what we are talking about. And at any place, I and Abhishek will never tell you guys to go and apply any card blindly. First, we
Mm-hmm.
actually test the product. We both. Now, because of
Mm-hmm.
our YouTube channel, we first go as a step test the product. We see what are the benefits, what are the challenges. We understand that, and then only we bring it to the people. And
Mm-hmm.
and to be honest, we also it's a, every day we also get surprises. As I said, HDFC Swiggy gives 10% on gold coin. It came as a surprise to all of us. How can an entry level card give you 10% on gold coin? It's a clear money you're getting back, and you're building your
Mm-hmm.
gold asset.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Abhishek and Rushank. That helps a lot.
Yeah, gosh.
Thanks, Akash.
Any more questions, guys? Anyone wants to share something?
Hey, hi Rushank. Hi Abhishek. Can I go next?
Yes,
Yeah,
hi
sure.
Omkar.
Right. First of all, thank you for the session. It really helped a lot. So, my question would have, I think, parts to it. I'll just start the monologue. So, what I've been doing is I have taken cards which kind of help me with specific use cases. A lot of these are LTFs. So, I have the Flipkart Access one back at the time when it was LTF. I have the DCB from the Alum program, not the metal one, but the standard one. Took up Sapphiro for the BOGO thing that you mentioned. Took up MRCC for collecting Marriott points. Took up Swiggy for Swiggy purchases and everything. KPR for Forex and Neo for anything on Tata.
Yeah, Omkar, your voice just felt a bit distant.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
better now. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying I have taken cards basis the use cases I have. I have taken it as for Swiggy, for Marriott points, for Flipkart, for Neo,
Mhm.
etc. The only cards that I pay for is MRCC, which again after 1.5 becomes free, so that's more or less
Mhm.
done. And then Neo, I recently applied. It's a FIF card, so maybe next year onwards, if I hit the milestone, I should be fine. I was looking for a card for which I can pay. Like you said, you need to pay for cards to get returns out of it. I
Mhm.
tried for HSBC Travel one, but I'm not sure why the KYC got rejected. So I think I'll apply for a redressal for that. I'll maybe send a mail and check if that could be reconsidered. But any other card that you think should be like for the next stage approach basis this. My spends are not that high. I stay with my
Mhm.
family. I don't have any rent, nothing on the utilities front. Office is
Okay.
also once a week, so no travel or anything. Whenever I'm traveling, I stay in hostel, so that's also
Okay.
pretty affordable and all.
Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, given that your spending is not that high, my question to you is, why do you want a new card? So since you already have a decent set of cards for now, and maybe
Mhm.
if you sort this HSBC Travel One matter, you will have one more travel card beyond Scapia. Now you also have Scapia, so you would be familiar with the UI and everything and the kind of offers that they bring. And I'm assuming that you are not married at this point of time because you're traveling in hostels and everything. So you can look at first maximizing the existing card, because since you have taken a few number of cards and The use cases, some of them are very specific. So cross a little threshold on these cards, because if you will spread too thin, like I have become too thin sometimes on HDFC Infinia. Now both me and my spouse have HDFC Infinia, and my spending was lesser than the annual fee for her. So she pay mine is lifetime free, hers is paid, but she didn't even spend 10,000 rupees, right? So while I would say yes, I am too thin on the card, but sometimes you also have to see whether the fee that you want to pay for a card is justifying the expenses. So let us say when you maybe are planning to buy maybe a bike or a car or something, or maybe you want to buy something for the house, or big expenses are coming up. At that point of time, you can look at, since you already have the Flipkart card as well, so you have some elements of e-commerce also covered. So just think from that maybe 6 months in advance, if you know that there's a big expense coming, then you go for maybe any other specific card. But because a lot of premium cards would have criteria where you can get the benefits when you are doing spending, right? Nowadays even lounge access etc are limited or linked to the kind of spends that you do on a card. So just think from that angle. But I definitely feel that HSBC Travel One is slightly ahead of the game right now, like Atlas was in the last few years. So I would still suggest that you follow with HSBC and try to get that card. But till then, I would say that you first learn the game with these cards, and then only when you think that the expenses are going on the next level, then you can maybe consider a card. And since you are also salaried, you can also look at cards where your salary account is. So let's say it is a HDFC, you can take an HDFC higher tier card. I often tell people that you can actually go and arm twist the bank sometimes to say, "Acha, mujhe ye card chahiye." Simple as that. Otherwise, I'll move my salary account. They will, most of the time they will oblige, they will take approvals and everything, because they know that you have a very high future value for the bank. So I think leverage that and try to get maybe a first year free or a lifetime free kind of a card from the banks also. Sometimes even premium cards are offered like my Burgundy is lifetime free. But nowadays people are paying 30,000 plus GST, 32,000 GST or 30,000 GST. So that's the kind of leverage that you have with your job and everything. So you can try to do that.
But that helps, Abhishek. One last thing. So what I was trying to do for travel one is find their PRO contact and send them a mail. Would you recommend a better approach, or this should be fine?
No, so just first, just write to the nodal office and check with them why did they reject it, right?
Mhm.
And you can get their email ID on their website. If not, you can also check on our WhatsApp community. I think you can ask somebody. Somebody will definitely post it back, and understand why did they decline. Sometimes it is non-serviceable pin codes, and HSBC is normally very picky and choosy sometimes. So they act very weirdly. My wife holds an HSBC Premier account, but she was declined a basic what's the card, Live Plus card, which we were trying to get, and they said no, we'll not offer you that. So as simple as that. So just ask them first, and if there's no other reason, then, and if you still feel that it is an unjustified decline, you can also write to the banking ombudsman, and they can actually help you sort a lot of these stuff.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
So guys, any other questions? Abhishek, Tarun, Navneet.
Yeah, so something about the session. I think compliments to you for organizing this for a specific set of audience. When we passed out of college, there was no sense. We used to anyway spend our regular spends, but I think such sessions like this really help to uh, give a push, give a momentum, and I think it all of us is a journey. I started my journey 2 3 years back. I'm still getting to know the game, but yeah, it certainly helps. Now the question is, I have Accor and Marriott membership since a couple of years. I want to book hotel rooms for my cousins. So point number one, can I do it? Point number two, in case I do, how will the points and all work out for me if I make the booking for them?
So Tarun, the question is, one, are the for Accor, is it a paid membership like an Accor Plus,
Yes, yes,
or do you,
yes, yes.
yeah,
Accor
it's a
Plus
paid?
Gold. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
you are a Accor Plus Gold. Okay, and for Marriott, do you have this? What's the program called? I forgot the program name.
Convoy.
Or is
Bonvoy,
it? No,
Bonvoy,
not
Bon.
Bonvoy. The paid one. There's a paid one program as well.
No, I
So
don't have that.
Bonvoy.
I
Okay, you
yeah.
don't. Only it's the Bonvoy one,
You're a
and you
member
have
It's
of
a
a
points in
silver.
Bonvoy,
both of them.
Marriott Bonvoy.
I
Yeah.
have a silver elite married Bonvoy.
Okay. So
Okay.
you have points in that as well? Any
Yes,
points in
yes,
Marriott? You have, right?
yes. I
So
do have.
maybe, so you can do for Marriott, you can
Marriott.
actually do a booking via gifting a booking. So you'll have to call the customer care and do the booking
Mhm.
and you redeem your points, and you will have to tell that I'm gifting this booking to my cousin and so, and they should also have a Marriott Bonvoy account number. So they will tag it to that, and then they can actually gain the benefit without transferring of any points. But there's also another way that you can transfer your points to your cousin and they can do a booking themselves. You have a limit of up to 1 lakh points a year. And now this
Mhm.
year is already ending. So you can transfer the exact amount of points that you want to transfer to him. And then they can do. For
Yeah.
Accor, they will not entertain even between spouses. So my wife was traveling to Jaipur with my kids and I was not able to go. But and I tried to leverage that. Okay, can you burn points on my account? They said no. She also has points, so she had to burn account points on her account. But my platinum benefits did not pass on to her. So Accor is a bit strict on that. However, when you both are traveling, let's say you and your cousin are traveling and it may be staying in the same room, then even though
Mhm.
the booking is in your name, your cousin's points can be used, or vice versa. That flexibility is there with the front desk because you are staying in the same room. But otherwise,
Okay,
if you're not going, then it will not happen in Accor.
okay. No, so Marriott, if I want to do revenue booking for someone else, can I do it?
Mhm. Yeah, you can do that either via gifting
And
of points or via gifting of bookings.
okay, and for that I'll have to reach the customer care.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
Tarun, in case of transfer, it is 1 lakh points annually. For that, you don't need to reach out to customer care. You can directly do from the Marriott Bonvoy portal.
Website, yeah.
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 But
Mm.
if
From
you are
one.
planning to gift, if you're planning to gift to your cousins or friends, you will have to call customer care, and there is no limit in the in number of points
Booking.
the way it is there for transfer for Marriott.
All
If
right,
you do via
all right.
booking.
Understood. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Great. So I think we are at the end of the session and very thin audience has remained. So mind, do we close the session now, Rushank?
Yeah, yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for attending this session. I hope we were able to give you clear insights what you want to follow as a strategy on your credit card journey. And also, as Abhishek highlighted, there's one masterclass as well. If you are interested in joining, do let us know. You can reach out us to on WhatsApp for more information we can share. Apart from that, Abhishek also highlighted that we will be creating a WhatsApp group for this setup of audience. If you have any specific questions about credit card journey, we will help you out in that WhatsApp group as well. And one humble request from my side: if you have not followed us on the YouTube channel yet, please do follow. We share a lot of content and which can be used for your future travel planning as well. So that's a wrap, guys. Until next time, keep swiping, keep saving. Thank you.
Thank you very much.